G'day! In today's video, I've got one of these little LED moons that my kids have. And this particular one failed on me. I ended up doing a micro USB port replacement on there. Turns out it wasn't the micro USB. It was the mounting point on the board. So you can see how this goes directly through, and then reconnects here. Well, that essentially wiggles up and down, up and down, up and down, and it eventually cracks the joints along here. They were repaired, but that really made no difference whatsoever with this. So looking on AliExpress, there is a barrel connector version available, which is a little bit more compact. So this is the old revision. If we go over here, here is the new revision. 300 milliamp battery, which probably can be replaced to something much larger. Considerably more smaller and compact. The LEDs on the end, so the actual, I do like it how it's a barrel connector. Yes, it's not handy because it's not a fairly common and standard connector, but at the same time, my kids are going to have a lot more drama trying to break this one than with this design over here. So from a durability standpoint, I don't mind it at all. Or if I want to get creative, I could also add a Type-C port on there with a breakout, a Type-C breakout connector. But I'm just going to leave it exactly as it is, and then once I've got this in place, hook up the battery, stick it on charge, and give it a try. Probably what I'm going to have to do here though, what it looks like is I'm going to have to drill a hole, and I'm not sure if this threads on, or how this actually stays in there. I might even have to drill it out, and then unsolder this and resolder it back on. I'd really rather not have to do that, being it's in such close proximity to a battery. But I do want that pointing straight up, and in theory, if this pointing straight up on the bottom, this will go over the top, the light will be shining straight up, and in turn, should illuminate the majority of it. I'll probably get a bit uneven backlight, especially compared to that. Probably not. So I'm going to have to drill this out, probably have to unsolder it. I thought there'd be a screw there on there. Being it's kind of hard to push through, I guess drilling it out directly through the bottom. Yeah, directly through the bottom should be okay when it's on the stand. Yeah, that should be okay. Step 1, I'm going to disconnect the battery. Step 2, unsolder the connector. Step 3, drill a hole. Step 4, put it back through. Step 5, resolder it. Hopefully this wants to come off. A bit of isopropyl on here, always helps. There we go, that will do. Don't think the isopropyl helped that much. But now I need to disconnect this. So I've just unsoldered this with a heat gun and the soldering iron. I'm going to clean it up. The soldering paste on there was fairly disgusting. So I will clean that up when I go to put it back in. But for now, I want to progress and drill a hole directly through here. Just got a Dremel kicking around. Now the dilemma I've got is my drill bit is considerably smaller than the size of what I want to drill. So I just have to wave it around for a bit, might even use the soldering iron to expand it a bit further. Or just wave it around, it's eating through this plastic like it's nothing. Which it pretty much should, it's a metal drill bit. A little bit further. Just a tad more. There we go, through there. What I should be able to do is resolder this onto here. Weirdly, there's no ring attachment or a nut, which I thought there probably should have been. Nope. So I'll probably hot glue that in first, actually. I better clean up the solder first. Clean it up on here. Hot glue it into here. Then resolder it onto here. Reattach the battery. And then from there, this should be usable. There we go. Now tidy this up. Looking much better now. So now what I want to do is push it through here. Now, better make sure I can actually get a soldering iron to it when I want to. Go that slide into there. We'll tidy up the board, but that will be okay. Now from here, push it down. Gonna hot glue it. Move that globe out of the way. Yep, we're good. We're good to glue. Mind my arts and crafts. It's going to be fairly disgusting. But it's going to do its job. Or at least I hope it will. I don't get too much glue on the damn terminal that's there. Over here. Is that one of these useful? Is right now. Let that dry. Prep this by cleaning up the solder on it. We're now glued in. Time to go solder this on. Then from there, hook up the battery and I'm pretty much done. There we go, so I've resoldered that terminal back in. Didn't get rid of a couple of bit of solder flakes that didn't fall off. Like this one here. Or how about this one down here? And the soldering iron has reheated up the hot glue. That's alright. Yeah, not much more to do apart from simply plug in the battery, connect it back to where it was. Ooh, we're alive. Don't know if it's trying to look for the remote or if it's just that's its startup procedure. Bingo, we have that there. In theory, and that also, I grab this. Great. We are alive once more. Put that into there. And I go like this. No, what are we doing now? We're off, we reckon. I'm going to assume we're flat. But anyway, let's put this back together. That should operate once more. So this one's been converted from being micro USB to being barrel, which for a durability standpoint, I do prefer. So I'm going to line that up to here. Should have a few screws here that I've already taken out. Hello.
Hey, Jan.
I'm fine. Yourself?
Good. Anthony Walsh was in here yesterday, I think, and he was looking at a $320 second-handy.
What was that? Desktop, laptop?
Laptop.
Laptop. I'm not sure. So I don't think I've had anything that's fitted that criteria for a little bit now. I very well may have. The other day being literally yesterday or last week sometime. Or a few weeks back.
I thought he said yesterday.
Either way, I haven't had a laptop at around that price for a little bit now. It's funny, they change and they become the same again. That's a MacBook with a Core 2 Duo.
Yeah.
Well, iMac with a Core 2 Duo.
Recently retired my iMac 27.
Yeah.
The Core 2 Duo, I think the 8400 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the Wi-Fi.
So after charging this for a bit, I'm now a little bit happier with it. I know, now it's still giving me grief. Right now if I plug the power into it, it does function perfectly fine. But on battery, there we go. You'll be able to see the colours changing now. Ooh. There we go, switch to off. And off again. Let's go in. Doesn't want to be told to be turned off. Anyway. I've just been tinkering with it, and one thing I think I've completely forgotten with it, if I go off, all the colours work and everything just fine. And I forgot, I'm pretty sure it's touch sensitive. As you see, it's cycling all the different colours. I press off, it goes off. So I was going slightly crazy when I was putting this together earlier, thinking, why is it flashing? Why is it blinking? Why is it carrying on? Like that, for example. Now we're green. But it must be that it is motion sensitive, or has a gyro, or any form of reason why. Takes a little blind up. But anyway, this will get the kids' moon going back again in their bedroom. A little bit of a nightlight. And I hope this here helps you guys sort yours out too. So relatively cheap to buy off AliExpress. A lot cheaper than buying the whole moon itself. And I believe the barrel connector overall, even though it's an older variety of cable, in this particular purpose, I'd say it's worthwhile doing. That will do for today, and see you later.